Hello, my friend. I'm so glad you're here today. Let me tell you a little secret. You've already taken a huge step just by being here. By choosing to learn, you're on the path to becoming a fluent English speaker. And you know what? You can do this. Yes. Even if you've tried before and felt frustrated, or if people told you it's too hard. I'm here to show you that English isn't just possible, it's within your reach, and I'm going to help you get there faster than you ever thought. So, take a deep breath, and let's dive in. Imagine yourself just a few months from now, confidently speaking English, feeling proud of every word, every sentence. I know that sounds like a dream, but let me assure you, you're closer than you think.
Today, I'm sharing secrets, proven methods, and strategies that helped my own students become fluent. These techniques work, and if they can do it, so can you. Overcoming the fear of mistakes. Now, let's start with something that I see in every learner: the fear of making mistakes. Maybe you worry about saying the wrong word or mispronouncing something. Trust me, you're not alone. My student Anna, for example, was terrified of speaking because she thought people would laugh. She was so afraid of mistakes that she barely spoke at all. But you know what happened when she made her first mistake in class? She accidentally said, "I am a potato," instead of "I am from Portugal." And yes, we all laughed, including her. But it was a good laugh, a laugh that made her feel included, brave, and a part of the learning journey. Mistakes aren't there to stop you, they're there to guide you. Every single error is a stepping stone, a mark of progress. So next time you feel that fear, remember Anna and the potato moment. Remind yourself, mistakes mean you're learning, and every mistake is moving you forward. No one ever learned by staying silent. To speak fluently, you have to speak, even if it's imperfect at first. Consistency over intensity. Let's talk about another powerful secret: consistency. When I first started teaching, I thought the best way to learn was through long, intense sessions. But over time, I realized something incredible. I noticed that students who spent just 10 or 15 minutes practicing every day improved faster than those who studied for hours just once a week. Take John, another one of my students. He worked full-time and had a busy family life, so he only had 10 minutes a day. But he never missed a day. Every morning on his bus ride, he would listen to English audio, repeat phrases under his breath, and review his notes. Just 10 minutes each day, and after 3 months, he could hold basic conversations. John's secret was simple: little and often. He didn't have more time, he had consistency. So here's my advice to you. Don't focus on how much you study, focus on how often you study. Even if you only have 5 or 10 minutes, use it. Watch a short English video, listen to a song, or say a few sentences. These small steps create big results over time. Remember, every day you practice, you're one step closer to fluency. Embracing real-life practice. Next, let's talk about real-life practice. One of the best ways to improve is to use English as much as possible in your daily life. And don't worry, this doesn't mean you need to be in an English-speaking country. I have students who improve dramatically just by using English in simple, creative ways every day. For instance, you can start by describing what you see around you in English. Let's say you're making coffee. As you do it, narrate each step in English. I am filling the kettle, I am pouring the coffee, or when you're walking outside, say what you see. The trees are green, the weather is sunny. This might sound simple, but it helps you think in English. Your mind starts connecting thoughts and words, and soon English feels more natural. You see, real-life practice is like training for a sport. The more you practice, the stronger you get. So try this today. Describe your day in English, even if it's just a few sentences. Don't worry about being perfect. Just speak. Every word, every sentence counts. Building confidence through listening. Now, let's discuss confidence. Many learners struggle with speaking because they lack confidence. One powerful way to build confidence is through listening. When you listen to English every day, your brain becomes familiar with the sounds, rhythm, and flow of the language. Over time, you'll find it easier to understand and speak. One of my students, Sarah, loved watching English movies, but she didn't understand much at first. So, she started watching with subtitles. She would replay certain scenes and repeat the sentences out loud. Slowly, she began to recognize words and phrases, and after a few months, she could watch her favorite shows without subtitles. Start with something you enjoy, a TV show, a YouTube video, or a podcast, and don't just listen passively. Listen actively. Repeat what you hear, mimic the accents, and try to match the intonation. You'll feel more connected to the language, and your confidence will grow with each session. Finding joy in the process. One of the most important things I tell my students is to enjoy the journey. Language learning isn't a race. It's a wonderful adventure. Think of English as a new friend you're getting to know. Laugh when it feels hard, celebrate when you improve, and be patient with yourself. My student James was often frustrated because he wanted to be fluent immediately, but as soon as he started focusing on enjoying the little victories, like pronouncing a difficult word or understanding a new phrase, he felt happier and more motivated. Remember, every word you learn is a step closer. Enjoy each of these steps, and don't worry about how far you still have to go. Visualization and positive affirmation. Visualization is a powerful tool. Close your eyes and picture yourself speaking English fluently. Imagine the confidence, the ease, the freedom. This isn't just a dream, it's a goal, and every day you're moving closer to it. Try saying these affirmations out loud. I am becoming a confident English speaker. I am improving every day. English is becoming easier and easier for me. These words will motivate you to keep pushing forward. Say them each morning or whenever you feel discouraged. Wrapping up with encouragement. You are on an incredible journey, and I'm so proud of you for being here today. You've learned some powerful techniques, and I know that with dedication, you can and will become fluent in English. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about progress. Every single day, you're moving closer to your goal. Keep speaking, keep listening, keep practicing, and above all, keep believing in yourself. Smart techniques for learning vocabulary. Now, let's talk about vocabulary. You might think learning words means memorizing long lists, right? But here's a little secret. Memorizing is only a small part of learning vocabulary. The real magic happens when you connect words to your life. Let me show you how to make vocabulary stick in a way that feels natural, almost like learning your favorite song lyrics. Start by focusing on words that matter to you. If you love cooking, learn food-related words. If you like sports, learn words you'd use on the field. This way, English becomes personal and relevant to your life. My student Emma, for example, loved gardening, so she started by learning words like plant, flower, soil, and bloom. Because these words were part of her everyday life, she remembered them easily. Here's a technique I tell all my students. Make word groups based on themes. Let's say you're learning words about emotions. Instead of just memorizing happy, sad, and excited, create a mental picture for each one. Imagine yourself feeling these emotions. What would make you feel excited? Perhaps planning a holiday. Then picture yourself saying, I am excited about my holiday. When you learn vocabulary in meaningful groups, it's easier to remember and use them. And here's another trick. Use flashcards, but with a twist. Write the word on one side, and on the other side, write a sentence that describes your life using that word. For instance, instead of just writing delicious, write, my mom's lasagna is delicious. Every time you see that card, you'll remember the word and a personal story. Vocabulary is like building blocks. Every word you learn is another block in your language tower. So don't rush to memorize every word at once. Start small, build steadily, and before you know it, you'll have a strong vocabulary that feels personal and natural. Ah, grammar. I know, just hearing the word can feel overwhelming. But here's the thing, grammar doesn't have to be complicated. Think of it like learning the rules to a new game. Once you know the basics, you can play. So let's simplify grammar and make it practical and fun. Start with the most useful structures first. Focus on sentences you use in daily life. For example, practice simple sentences in the present tense. I like, I want, I need, and build from there. My student Carlos started his grammar journey by practicing just 5 useful sentences every day. He'd say things like, I need coffee in the morning, or I like watching movies. And over time, he felt more confident adding new sentences and different tenses. Another powerful method is to learn grammar in chunks, not as isolated rules. Think of phrases as complete units instead of breaking them down. For example, instead of analyzing, I am going to the store, just remember it as a whole. The more you see and use these chunks, the more natural they'll become. Soon, you'll instinctively know how to form sentences without thinking about each rule. Here's a simple exercise. Try to describe a typical day using a few sentences in the present tense. For example, I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go to work, I come home. Start with just a few actions, then when you feel comfortable, add details. I wake up at 7, I eat breakfast with my family. This way, you're practicing grammar in a natural context that matches your life. One last tip. Learn the most common patterns first. In English, certain patterns come up again and again, like I want to, I need to, I like to. Practice filling in these blanks with new words. For example, I want to learn. I need to sleep. I like to read. The more you practice these, the more confident you'll feel. Remember, grammar is just a set of tools. You don't need to master everything at once. Take it one step at a time, focus on the most useful parts, and let grammar become your friend, not your obstacle. Just like building a house, start with a strong foundation, and soon you'll feel ready to speak and write with ease. Using stories and context for grammar and vocabulary mastery. One of the most powerful ways to learn both grammar and vocabulary is through stories. When you read or listen to a story, you get to see words and grammar used naturally. And you know what? Your brain loves stories. Stories help you remember language effortlessly. Let's say you're reading a simple story about a day at the beach. You'll learn words like sand, wave, sunshine, and phrases like, I am relaxing on the beach. You'll also see grammar in action. For example, you might read, he is swimming, or she has a towel. By seeing words and grammar used in a story, your mind starts connecting them in a natural way. Here's a fun exercise you can do. After reading a short story, try retelling it in your own words. Start with sentences like, yesterday I went to the beach, and build from there. Don't worry about being perfect. Just practice retelling the story using the same grammar and vocabulary. This technique helps you remember the language better because you're using it, not just memorizing it. Stories make English come alive. So, find stories you enjoy, whether they're simple fables, short articles, or even comic strips. The more you enjoy the material, the easier it will be to learn. Remember, you're not just learning English. You're building a new world of words, sentences, and meaning that's all your own. Thank you for joining me. I'm excited to see you succeed, and I'll be here to guide you every step of the way. Go forward with confidence, because you can do this. See you soon.